What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to you on analysisplayground.com on YouTube. We gonna talk about the coach of the year. This is a award that's difficult. I got it right last year with Monty Williams. I'm happy about that. Monty Williams is obviously gonna be up in that conversation. Might as well start off with him. Just because the Suns already have a great record, they always gonna have a great record as long as CP, Aiden, and Booker and Mikal Bridges are healthy. Shout out to Cameron Johnson doing his thing. He deserved to be a starter. I know it cost him Jay Crowder, who really loved playing on this team, really love playing on this roster, but it happens. They need somebody young, more exciting, that can shoot better, that can play better, give him more versatility because he's longer. And you know what? They already had Cameron Johnson on this roster. Might as well let him grow into that spot, and he actually ended up doing it. But Jay Crowder is still needed. He still wanted in this league. I think he'd fit in Cleveland. He'd fit in Minnesota. He'd fit in other places and be a starter on those teams and be a high impact guy that they need. And I think that that's valuable and is also important. But when it comes to coaching, scheme setting, defense, this team will be one of the best offensive teams. They will be one of the best defensive teams. They will have the record behind them that's necessary for them to win this award. They had it 2 years ago. They had it last season, the best record in the entire NBA. I know they faltered and crumbled in the playoffs, but it don't really matter because this is a regular season award, not a playoff award. And I think that Monty Williams will be able to check all those boxes again. Joe Mazzulla is my pick for the winner. I just feel like he's the perfect coach for this team. He takes what Ime did and he's going to build upon it by listening to his players. He's a guy that listens. He's patient. He's smart. And they already got off to a great start. I love what I see out of my Celtics. I love how they play defense. I love how they play offense. I love the fact that we fixed a lot of our problems with the roster and with the players that we had on our roster. Concerns was by getting rid of them, waiving, trading them, or removing them completely for the roster and bringing back guys that want to bleed green and want to be Celtics. And that really helped our start. The growth of Jason Tatum, growth of Jaylen Brown, the growth of a coach that already been a part of this team and a part of this organization when they just went to the finals. That heartache, that heartbreak of not achieving your ultimate goal makes you come back hungry, makes you play harder, makes you want it even more. And we can ride off that and take that in strife, take that in pride, and try to win our first title since 2008 and go back to our first finals since last year in 2010 was the last time before then, and we won seven. Ultimately, fell up short in a heartbreak series. But this team is young, they're hungry, they're scrappy, and I love the fact that we can use that as motivation. And Joe Mazzulla is just a part of Ime. Even if we don't get Ime back, even if we don't bring him back, he knows how he coaches. He knows he got a little Ime in him, even though we don't have Ime back, and that's just a positive sign and a positive thing for us to have as an organization just because he might be better. He might be worse. We don't really know until he gets the opportunity. Then he gets the opportunity. He's coaching very well for a rookie coach and an intern coach. Obviously, there's better prospects out there, there's better players out there, and we can continue to build with whoever is going to be our head coach. But I definitely think he should at least get 1 year or majority of the year. But if not, we still gonna win basketball. We have enough talent to be better than everybody if we can stay healthy. Steve Kerr is gonna be in this conversation. I know their record is bad, but it's the Warriors. They're gonna figure it out. Things get ugly, things get tough, things get difficult. It's about can you persevere through it. Last year they got off to a great start, then they started to fall apart as the season went on. Then when the playoffs started, they was able to figure it all back out and win the championship. The hardest thing to do is win a title with a bunch of new players and a bunch of young talent, but they was able to do it. I know the regular season, the NBA is deeper, tougher, and thicker in the Western Conference. That's why they got off to a tough start, but they're still staying in games. They're still keeping them competitive. They still in games. They're still winning games. But it's not time to panic if you're a Warriors fan. It is time to observe that their time might be slipping as they're getting older. They're getting more injuries. They're breaking down. And, winning 4 titles is hard to do in general. Most teams can't do that. Most teams can't win one. Some organizations have never won one, and they was able to win 4 in a 10-year period. And that's very highly and strongly impressive for all of us. And this is one of the greatest dynasties we have ever seen when it comes to regular season success and playoff success. And we have to give them their credit then and now. We have for the most part. And now it's just about seeing it all the way through. Can they get that 5th championship to be the Spurs of the West, or will they be stuck at 4? Regardless, it's still impressive and still difficult to do, and they have achieved it already. We just want to see how this storybook will end with Dre, Clay, and Steph being their big three, that they was able to plug and intertwine pieces on this roster and play them, and it'll all work out. Whether it's winning with Durant twice or winning without Durant twice, this Warriors team just need that one bookmark finish, that one complete finish to show that they one of the greatest dynasties. Remember, they have 7 championships total, passing the Chicago Bulls for third on time behind only the Lakers and the Celtics for championships. It show you how great and well run this organization have been. It's just about getting talent and keeping it. They have been able to do that for the most part. We'll see if they can continue to do that with Bob Myers as a GM and having a culture in place with Steve Kerr and Steph Curry, Draymond and Clay. Is going to be interesting to see. Mike Malone for the Denver Nuggets is always going to be in this conversation just because he just knows how to win games. He has Jokic, who is one of the best players, one of the dominant players in the entire league, can post up, can finish, can get guys involved. You have Porter now, you have Jamal Murray now, you have Bruce Brown and other good pieces around this team that can really help this offense and this defense and give them weapons that they normally didn't have before. And they bench is just as good as it was before. And now they finally found a replacement for Jeremy Grant, and Michael Porter Jr. has seemed like he's ready to, after being healthy and missing the entire season. He took his time coming back, and he looks a lot better. Now it's just about catching Jamal Murray back up. I know that knee looks bad, but he's still dunking, he's still jumping, he's still shooting very decently. Now I'll see if they can get their defense back to where it needed to be last year. Maybe it was the personnel. Maybe it's going to take some time to figure it out. But we know Denver always gets it done, and they have to deserve the credit and demand the respect for being able to do that. And they don't have to do that no more because they've been consistently doing it now. Now they have to do it again. JB Bickerstaff deserves credit. He's going to be in this conversation. The Donovan Mitchell trade allowed them to keep Karis LeVert, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, all which are key pieces to this team. They was able to give up all their role players for a guy that's an all-star for multiple seasons in a row, perennial all-star at this point in the Western Conference, which is tough and deep, but he was able to accomplish that goal in Utah, even winning the #1 record before with Quinn Snyder as their coach in the entire NBA. Now he has 2 good bigs and a good guard and Darius Garland, and now they have Donovan Mitchell, who gives them an aggro scorer that can hit threes, floaters, mid-range, and layups. Have a guy that can take over a game, that can close a game, that can finish a game, and can really come at you and can handle the ball and make their jobs a lot easier. It's going to take time for them all to gel and mesh it all out, but they had summer league, they had their training camp, and they had the preseason, and they have the regular season to figure those things out before the playoffs start. But J.B. Bickerstaff is a guy that they feel like he was a great young coach. He held them close to making the playoffs last year, ultimately falling up short. Then they made a trade to get a guy around the same age as their other guy, just a little bit younger, but still in his early 20s and mid 20s. I love what I've seen out of Donovan Mitchell. I love his aggressiveness. I love his attack mentality. And I love the fact that they still can have Karis LeVert come off the bench while still having Donovan Mitchell come at you relentlessly as an aggro scorer and have shooters like Evan Mobley and guys like Kevin Love on the corner and on the baseline, like Evan Mobley and a penetrator that can slash and cut to the rim and catch lives, and Jared Allen all on one court, and it just makes a beautiful thing for JB. And Mike Budenholzer, the Bucks always have been great, even without Mike Budenholzer, and they have took their game to elite level. With Giannis Antetokounmpo and Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton, and now Drew Holiday. After that trade, they have moved themselves into elite company, championship company, because they have won one, and now they're looking for championship #2. Like Giannis said, we won one, now I want to win two, and they already got off to the best start in the NBA. I will be at today's game versus the Detroit Pistons, so if you want to see basketball analysis in Wisconsin, or you in Wisconsin today and you see this video, come say what up to me, just come holler at me. And we can exchange numbers or do business how how the game is. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Mike Budenholzer is going to be in the conversation. He already won Coach of the Year before in Atlanta. Already won a championship as a head coach in the Bucks. Already going to have one of the best offenses, one of the best defenses. Has some of the best players in the entire NBA at the positions that they're at. So it's easier for him now. He knows these guys. He's comfortable with these guys. He knows how they play, how they need to play, and they won every single game up to this point, and they're going to be on pace to win this one. So they might be the first team to get to 8-0. They're the first team that's 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. Now they might be the first one to 8-0. we'll see if they can accomplish that goal. Quinn Wade Basketball not signing out, and the last award will be Executive of the Year, which is coming up next after this video. And I'm still gonna do instant analysis on Bucks versus Pistons once that game is over, so that'll be later tonight. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And for people that ain't subscribed, peace. And I'll see the rest of y'all that are subscribed and want to watch more later today.